Welcome to another video on dark psychology.
Why can some people persuade us instantly while others barely make a dent? Why do certain situations weaken our resistance while others strengthen it? The truth is simple. Your internal state determines your susceptibility. When someone is hungry, exhausted, lonely, grieving, uncertain, or desperate, their defenses collapse. Their ability to evaluate information rationally diminishes. A thirsty person will trade anything for a glass of water. A lonely person will believe anyone who gives them attention. A confused person will cling to whoever offers certainty. This is where persuasion becomes dangerous. When your primal needs aren't met, almost anyone who appears to solve that need becomes persuasive, even if they're offering nothing but illusions. The most effective manipulators prey on these exact states, targeting people who are tired, isolated, overwhelmed, or emotionally hungry. Robert Cialdini's research revealed 6 core principles that explain why humans comply, willingly or unwillingly. These principles aren't inherently evil. Persuading someone to wear a seatbelt is good. Persuading someone to commit harm is not. Yet the psychology is identical. The difference lies in the intention of the person using it. Cialdini's principles can uplift society or destroy it. Non-profit organizations use them ethically to raise funds and improve lives. Manipulators use them to exploit, control, and dominate. A Stanford Social Innovation Review survey found that 4 out of the 6 principles are especially powerful in helping nonprofits persuade donors ethically: reciprocity, scarcity, authority, consistency. But when used unethically, those same principles become psychological traps. Bold high contrast title over vignetted noir frame with subtle red accent line, slow hold. Humans are wired to repay kindness. We feel uncomfortable receiving something without giving something back, even when the gift was engineered. Marketers exploit this with free samples. Manipulators exploit this by offering favors that create unspoken debts. Cialdini used the powerful historical example of Ethiopia sending aid to Mexico in 1985, while suffering famine, repaying a diplomatic kindness from 1935. Reciprocity works because the favor doesn't need to be requested. The return favor is often larger than the original. Society punishes those who don't return the gesture. Dark persuaders use this to create moral pressure. After everything I've done for you. Once someone commits to something, even verbally, they feel psychological pressure to act consistently with that commitment, even if the original motivation disappears. A fascinating study showed that racetrack bettors suddenly feel more confident about their horse after placing the bet. The horse didn't change, their commitment did. Humans hate appearing inconsistent, both to others and to themselves. This is why manipulators love getting small commitments, because people justify their future behavior based on past promises. Humans are herd creatures. When unsure, we look to others before acting. This is used everywhere. Testimonials, bestseller labels, group behavior, the illusion that everyone is doing it. Social proof helps us avoid mistakes, but it also fuels the madness of crowds, where people abandon independent thought simply because others did. Persuaders exploit this by implying that the desired behavior is the socially correct one. Humans tend to obey perceived authority, often blindly. Milgram's infamous experiments proved that ordinary people can commit horrific acts simply because an authority figure told them to. The frightening part? Authority can be faked. A uniform, a lab coat, a confident tone, a title. Manipulators wear authority masks to bypass resistance. We're more easily persuaded by people we like, or people who resemble us. Physical attractiveness also boosts trust unconsciously. This is why charismatic leaders, friendly salespeople, and charming manipulators can bypass logic entirely. Likability is persuasion's silent weapon. The long con is one of the most devastating forms of persuasion. It's slow, subtle, and meticulously planned. A manipulator builds trust over weeks, months, or years, creating artificial closeness, emotional dependency, and the illusion of friendship. Once the victim trusts them fully, the manipulator introduces requests that seem harmless. At first, then larger, then harmful, then catastrophic. By the time the victim realizes what's happening, the trap has closed. Dark persuasion rarely begins with a shocking request. Instead, it leads victims down a staircase. One small act, one slightly bigger act, one ethically questionable act, one illegal act, complete psychological capture. Cult leaders, criminal gangs, and manipulators all rely on graduality. The first step seems harmless. The 10th step becomes irreversible. Manipulators rarely reveal what they want. They disguise their real goals behind innocent requests. A common tactic: ask for something large, expect rejection, then settle for what you actually wanted. The victim feels relieved, unaware they've stepped into the trap. Reverse psychology also plays a major role, especially when manipulators exploit someone's instinct to rebel. Leading questions implant assumptions directly into the victim's mind. Example: how bad do you think those people are? This assumes they are bad. Manipulators rotate these questions constantly, switching tactics when resistance appears, then returning to them once the victim is compliant again. State transference occurs when the manipulator synchronizes their emotional state with the victim's sadness, anger, calmness, enthusiasm, then shifts the emotional tone gradually. The victim unconsciously follows. This synchronization grants enormous influence. The manipulator becomes the emotional driver, and the victim simply mirrors the ride.